Yo, we back. We back.
What's up?
So, in the morning time, what was it, like 9 o'clock?
Yes.
9 o'clock
9 o'clock.
Eastern Standard Time, they officially came out with the Microsoft Expo conference for E3. And I was not able to watch all of it. I did a little bit of it on my phone, but I had to work, y'all. I got to pay the bills. This man was here. He's got the list. We're going to tag team this together. Straight off the gate, the first thing we saw, exclusive. I think that Greg Miller, he said that you watch, it's going to be Call of Duty. It's not going to be Halo. And he was right. It was right. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. What do you think about it, Joe? I saw the trailer. I was blown away, to be quite honest with you.
Right. Oh, man. I was, going into it, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, man, it's another Call of Duty. Mm-hmm. What else can they do? How can they impress me? So I was like, really? Call of Duty? I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be the same thing. It wasn't. It was like...
It was far from it, man.
Far from it. And I was really impressed. My jaw dropped, and I was like, wow. I'm going to talk about the future setting of it now. I was like... You know what I'm saying? They had, okay, for instance, right? You take the Marines, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They have these suits similar to the suits you see in the movie Elysium. Mm-hmm. Well, at least to me. And I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, okay, so you bet off Elysium a little bit. I was like, man, this game ain't, you know what I'm saying? I kind of like do some dirt on it, but boy, was I wrong. Was I wrong? They really have like these tool sets and these weaponry that's like
the jumps too.
The jump
like I looked. It was one point I was like, "It's Titanfall." It's like, nope, this ain't Titanfall. Cause this Joker came down and he picked up. Yeah, they were getting shot at, and they picked up this car door. And they were using those as shields.
Yes.
And then
ripped it off the car.
They moved that out the way, and they had something in their back, and they pushed it down into the ground, and they used that as a drop shield while using the pistol. And I was like, okay, that was it. I thought that was it. But no, these jokers like throw a grenade, and I'm thinking that's gonna explode. No, it takes out a whole spectrum of the whole surrounding area and scopes out everybody. Then he snipes every single person, and then the second grenade, what did it do?
Like, okay, so it's like one single grenade, right? He holds it in his hand. He's like scrolling through settings on the grenade, right? And I forgot what the settings said, but he threw it.
And then like, joint started spinning.
It split up into 3 different grenades.
And it was like...
And started homing after the people. It flew in the air and started homing after the people, his enemies.
Anything like it, man.
It is just crazy. And like the whole setting was like, it's set in the future, and like even the setting, man, is just like, wow, because they had like these things floating up in the sky, like moving.
I don't tell too much. We're gonna go to more details later.
Watch the trailer. You'll see exactly what we're talking about, and it's crazy.
I'll try to leave as many links down below to some of the trailers. Leave your comments below what y'all really thought about it. But that was the opening of the expo, and then after that point, the main lead, the guy that has changed the scope of how Xbox is being refashioned, he came out, he was like, look, I'm going to establish some great games that we're going to cater to y'all, because this is what y'all have been wanting and yearning for last year. We might not, he didn't go into all the detail of last year. He really wanted to go and take that step up, you know. And I mean, to me, the way that they presented each game after that, it was a real good pace with it. And then it was like a need to overdo themselves. There was a lot of games I'd never seen before. And Joe is telling me, it's like, there was this one game where you had a guy, he's like with 2 monsters. I was like, Monster Rancher? He's like, no. This is like Pacific Rim kind of monsters. And I said, what in the world is going on? And so I don't remember what the name of this game was, but just the fact that they would add a new game exclusive like that, and then keep on trailing after that. It was just really good presentation, and it showed that he has a willingness to want to change how the perception of Xbox is. Do whatever it takes to up the ante in a sense. But what was another game that, like you saw, with the exception of Halo 5 and Halo Collection, Master Chief?
Whoa.
But seriously, he told me, he had said to me when I was like working, he texted, he's like, Halo. I said, what? Halo.
Halo is on, dude.
And he had said, the collection, bro. The collection. And not only just like Halo 2, which I was hoping for, but Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4. All in one complete set.
In one set.
And Halo 1 is the same exact one. If y'all had gotten the 360 version of the remastered version of Combat Evolved, it's that, but in this improved graphics for the Xbox One. All these are for Xbox One, essentially. But they're all on one condensed disc, which is insane.
Yeah.
And so then I find out that Halo 2, it's been remastered too.
Boom!
The multiplayer keeps the same multiplayer that we all know from 2004.
Relaunching the Halo 2 multiplayer. Dual wheel. Let's
the
go.
The ghost that really is the ghost. I mean, I couldn't be happier, man. Halo 3, Halo 4 with it is just a plus to me. Just that fact alone, I'm going to be up all night.
And they also mentioned that when you get it, everything is going to be unlocked for each game. So it's not like you have to
re-go and... Oh, they also said they added missions and they added like content catered to Halo 5. And I think that if you get it and you pre-order it, you get a beta for Halo 5 Guardians, which brings us into the next thing. So Halo 5 Guardians, the trailer has been officially released as well. What did you think about that? It was a really short one, but yeah, Halo 5. Because remember, it had like red versus blue, essentially, trying to find Master Chief.
That's real. Yeah. That. Ah, man. I don't even know what to say because you have this mystery character. You don't know who he is, but he's looking for Master Chief.
Yeah.
And he looks pretty bad. He looks bad, And you're like, why is this guy looking for Master Chief? Master Chief is summoned again to save the universe, or what? Is it? And like you hear the Orbiter in the background talking to this mystery character, like, your job is to find this guy. But it's weird because it's like he's been learning to take Master Chief's place.
Basically,
in a sense.
And that's the whole purpose of the Master Chief Collection, is that he's going through this whole day trade. The whole Master Chief Collection is literally culminated from all the Master Chief's life, basically, of what he's gone through. And that's how he's trying to, I guess, find him or either learn to be like him. I'm not really sure. But I don't know if this guy is a villain or if he's a hero. I feel like he's the future. I think he's from either one from the future or like he's going to be a villain. I'm not sure which one.
That's real.
But either way, like, it's just, that was what I wanted from Microsoft. I wanted them to introduce that's the only thing I really wanted from Microsoft. That's basically what I was saying. Now, we had made a video earlier where we talked about backwards compatibility, the possibility of them doing something about like the 3D for the Blu-ray player, or even like adding some kind of expansion with the storage. Because Microsoft's always been catered to like following up on their applications and their services and what they're going to supply us on an entertainment level. This time around, though, all they did was just go straight on games. And I think that because they did that, it's technically a good thing. It's a real good pro because those were good platform games that came out. And I'm not even going to go through all the list of it because it's too many. But the presentation was awesome. But they deviated from talking about any of the hardware. Any of the services. The fact is that today the brand new $399 version of the Xbox One is out. They didn't talk about it. They didn't talk about what features it might have. They didn't talk about what update just came out or what update's gonna do. They didn't talk about any new applications that are about to come out. They didn't talk about maybe Internet Explorer coming up there. Like, they left themselves completely open. And when we go into the Sony conference review, you'll understand what I mean by that. I was worried when I went and I looked at the Sony conference. I was like, man, I hope that they don't like capitalize, because it's one thing when you start, like, the next person gets to capitalize on what you did.
Yeah. And
content is always something that you can add on, as far as informational content. And so, but I'm not gonna go into all that. But all around, I'd probably give Microsoft's presentation at least a 8.5. I really enjoyed every single game. I'm trying to go through some of these games. You got any more?
Go ahead.
Oh,
quick, going back to Halo. They also talked about releasing another title under the Halo series called Halo Nightfall. They said it's going to be a a short story leading up into Halo 5. So I'm thinking it's going to be something like maybe similar to ODST. But maybe not as far as like gameplay, but just as like the purpose it serves as a game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean, the other thing I was going to say, like, Microsoft also, they were the ones that first did the Assassin's Creed reveal. They did the Forza reveal, which looked amazing. They did Evolve, which is made by the makers of Left 4 Dead. But the big thing was that they had said that they were working on their TV content. They said they had Steven Spielberg working on a Halo short, right? Why would you not mention that? Why would you not talk about like the different shows that you're gonna have coming to your broadcast or come to the Xbox Live, or even saying like Xbox Live is gonna be discounted or something like that, you know? So I mean, that's another thing that I had issues with. But there was one game that kind of like spread out to me. It was called Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, Sunset Overdrive.
And I was like, this is weird, because it starts off, you look like a Modern Warfare kind of feel, but it's not. It's this dude literally like running around doing parkour based moves, but it's almost like, it felt like Infamous. It felt like the Infamous series, quite honest with you. There's some of the things and the moves that he could do, but he has no powers, he just got a lot of weaponry. And it's pretty interesting. I thought that it was really good, it was really well presented, but they haven't shown necessarily any real concrete gameplay of how expansive I guess the universe could be.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be fully customizable character because the premise of the game is you're the hero. So they haven't really flat out said that, but I'm guessing it would be that.
I think it's gonna be pretty good. Yeah. But the last three that I think you probably have comment on at least one of them. You got The Witcher 3 that got introduced, and you had your own comments about that. You had The Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is the sequel to the Tomb Raider that just came out, and then you got Crackdown. Which one you want to talk about? And then we'll end this out. And then we're going to get ready to go into the Sony conference review. You all up on that phone?
Well, dang, man, this is a lot. Anyway.
Just pick one. If you could talk about one. The Inside!
I want to talk about Rainbow.
Inside.
Yeah, that's a good one too, bro.
We got to get that's Ubisoft. We can't go into that yet.
Ah, dang. Okay. All right, we can talk about Inside. Yeah.
Okay, so Limbo, the game Limbo that now you can get on your phone. I think it started off on the Xbox 360, then it went and progressed into the PS3. But this game is just so interesting and so dark and devious that, I mean, there's ways you could die. It's just crazy. But the concept animation for this new game called Inside, like, what did you think about it?
Well, one thing that sets it apart from Limbo is the 3D environment. Like, Limbo is pretty much like
it's a silhouette, black and white kind of thing. Yeah,
like a very horizontal platform. You know what I'm saying? But the game called Inside is like, it goes different perspectives, but it still has that feel of like, wow, like this is, you know what I'm saying?
It's really dark.
Really dark and
like literally dark and like anything can happen to the character basically.
Mysterious.
Like I was like. And I mean, yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But what did you give the review for the conference all around? I gave it 8.5. I really wish they would have gone into the hardware. I really wish they would have at least fought as far as their entertainment content. That's the reason why I gave it such a lower review than what it, I guess, kind of deserved.
I feel you. Dang. I'm gonna have to go with a 9. Just because if they went over the like the software updates and things like that, man, I would be ecstatic, but the way they presented the trailers, man, really got me excited. And I cannot knock them for that.
So that set the mood basically for your whole entire E3 day.
Yes.
If they hadn't have done it that way, then you probably wouldn't have looked at the whole content all day long.
Right.
I feel you.
Now, as a company, you know, I think it would have been a great move if they were to talk about like the updates for the system.
Mm-hmm.
But as for me, I was excited to see the developers coming out to what they're coming out with. It's a good distraction for me. That Rainbow, man. That Rainbow Six, dog. That's what set it off for me. I was like,
yeah, he's still starstruck.
what you heard.
So I'm gonna leave and let him reminisce of his moment.
So, anywho, all right, real quick, some of the other titles I thought were pretty interesting. Is going over real quick. Assassin's Creed Unity. They implement a new multiplayer. And it really looks bad. Really looks bad. You got 4 people per team. You know, going around. And in the trailer, they're going through this palace. And they're just slaying dudes, and it's crazy. Like, the way they present it is just like, wow, these dudes are really bad A professionals. Another platformer that looks good is Ori. We talked about Sunset Overdrive, Scalebound, Battling Monsters, with... Check out the trailer, you'll see it. Oh, man, The Crew. We forgot to talk about The Crew. The Crew is a game where you're driving. You have a crew of drivers, fully customizable cars, going cross country. Now, this game to me is very pushing the envelope of what the next generation consoles can do. And you have the game Shape Up. It's an actual workout game. It looks really fun. So look that up if you have a chance to. That's really the games that it's really stuck out during the Microsoft presentation. So yeah, that's about it.
Peace, y'all.
Deuces.